Shipping on eBay was one of the hardest things for me to figure out as a new reseller. Today I'm shipping out a few different items and I wanted to take you through my process step by step. Hello, my name is Margaret and I am a full-time reseller. Today I'll be showing you the supplies you're going to need for shipping, how to determine your shipping price, how to package different types of items, the difference in priority boxes and first-class mail, where and how to print shipping labels, and how to schedule a pickup by the USPS. Again, I am Margaret, and with my partner Juan, we have a combined 10 years experience of being full-time resellers. We make videos helping resellers like yourself become more successful. If you're new to reselling or you're just trying to ramp up your income, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any content that might help you reach that goal. The first thing you want to make sure you've got are the supplies you will need to ship your items. So that would include something like scissors, packing tape, doesn't have to be eBay packing tape, it can be clear packing tape, a scale of some sort, and I use a food scale for most of my packages because most of them aren't that heavy, maybe 5 pounds or less. I also include a thank you note. I didn't always have them printed. Sometimes I would just get blank thank you cards that I found at garage sales and I would write a quick thank you for your purchase. But this one that I get printed, I get these printed from Vistaprint, and it's got all of my links. And it asks them, to upload a picture with a review. And I also put a coupon code that they can use when they come back and shop. It encourages them to come back and shop in my store. And I'm going to take you into my shipping closet to show you the other things that I keep on hand for all my shipping needs. So I'm pretty fortunate that I have a room in my house that I use for my workroom, and this is my shipping closet. I keep lots of things on hand to make sure that I am ready for any type of item that I might need to ship. I have my bubble wrap up here. I've got colored tissue paper that I use, and I also have this craft style paper to use as filler. Lots of tape on hand. I've got these regular bubble mailers, and I also have priority bubble mailers. I'll explain the difference between some of these in a little bit. Basically anything that I might need, sorry, a bit of a mess down here, for the different types of things I ship. Now, most of the things that I ship go out in this size box, which is a 6x4x4, which is why I have so many of them. And I use a lot of padded mailers, which again is why I have a lot of them. But then I also have lots of different sizes of priority boxes from the United States Postal Service. And you can get these free delivered to your house. And I'll put a link here for where to find those. I sell a lot of magazines and comics, so I make sure I have the kind of boxes that I need for those. I also sell some posters, some small posters, so I make sure that I have these tubes to mail those out in. A few other things I like to keep on hand are these little craft boxes. I have these in different sizes, and I had a stamp made so that I could put my brand on them. That's not necessary. I also like to keep different sizes of little pouches like this for jewelry items. And then I have a few different sizes of these little mailing bags because sometimes I don't want to just stick an item straight into the envelope. I want to have it looking a little nicer and protected in something else. And I have some links down in the description box for some of the different shipping supplies that I use. A really hard part of starting shipping on eBay is learning how to figure out what shipping price you should set for your item. When you're trying to calculate the price of shipping for an item that you're packaging up, there is a retail postage price calculator on the USPS site that you can go to, and it will tell you how much you need to charge for the item and how much it will ship for. So that's why having a shipping scale is very important when it comes to this. Now, I need to take my item that I've got, that I'm going to ship, and I need to think about the dimensions of it and then the weight. So I'm going to weigh this item. And this cigar purse weighs 1 pound. Once I have the weight of the item, I know whether or not it will be going first class or priority. I want to make sure I factor in not only that, but the packing material I'm going to use as well. So I'll be making sure that I wrap it with something pretty, not completely necessary. I used to only use craft paper, and then I'll use craft paper as a filler around it. And then I'll make sure that I have the right size box for my item. I have this priority mail box, and I'm going to talk about this more in a moment when we talk about the different sizes of boxes. But I also have this box, which would fit the item, but there's a difference in these two boxes. This one, as you can see, says mailing box, And this one says medium flat rate box, which is completely different. And when you're just starting out, I really recommend taking all the pieces and weighing them and seeing exactly how much it's going to weigh. And if you're not sure, you don't have the time to do that, then err on the side of being a little more and going over. So say this was 2 pounds and all of my supplies, so I might say that it's 2.5 pounds or 2 3/4 pounds, you know, instead of erring and just saying 2 pounds, because then you might go over and have to pay out of pocket for the rest of the shipping. Let's talk about the difference between first class and priority mail. First class mail is something that you can ship in a package of your own. I have these envelopes. I've got some unmarked boxes. I mean, when I say unmarked, I mean they're not marked with post office. They're not from the USPS. I've got these type of packages that I can ship in, and my item has to be 16 ounces or under to ship first class. When you ship first class, you will get a tracking number, but you do not get insurance on your package. When your item is a pound or more, you'll ship it priority. Now, you can still use unmarked packages such as these or boxes of your own to ship in for priority. The United States Postal Service also offers free boxes. They are very specific about how they can be used. I'll put a link to the United States Postal Service shipping supplies down in the description box below. There's all different sizes of boxes that you can get, as well as padded mailers, but it's very important to know the difference between some of these. This one, for example, says mailing box on it, where there's one that is a similar size, but it has medium flat rate box on it. And it's very important to know the difference between these two things. The flat rate boxes ship for a set price, and the regular priority mail boxes ship for the weight and the dimensions of the box. So be very careful when you're packaging your sales that you're being mindful of whether or not you're putting it into a priority box or a flat rate box. Let me show you how I package up a few different types of items. So the first item is a bit bulkier and larger. It is a cigar box purse. It's hard. The next item we're going to box up is a mug, and this is one that I get questioned about a lot. How do I ship out mugs? I have a very small sterling silver brooch, a glasses case. I'm going to start with the easiest item here. I'm going to start with this little brooch. I'm going to put this in one of my little bags. And if this piece had, say, stones or anything that might fall off, I would not ship it in a padded bubble mailer. But because there's nothing there that's going to get dislodged or removed or broken, I can ship this in a padded mailer safely. But what I do to also ensure that it's gotten a little more protection is I take my thank you card, I'll turn it this way, and I fold my thank you card over it, like so, and then this gets slid right into the bubble mailer, like so. The next thing we are shipping is this Ben Sherman glasses case, and this is very lightweight, so this will go first class as well. And this is going to go in my next favorite box, and it is a box that is 6 by 4 by 4. eBay sells them, and they're a little bit bigger than the standard 6 by 4 by 4, but this is the box that will go in. I'll take my blue tissue paper and put some inside. I create kind of a cradle. I set my item down inside, and I fold the paper over. Then I take my card, and I fold it over the top of that. I'm writing little notes on them, glasses, case. So when it comes time to weigh them and print off the shipping labels, I know what is inside each box. And if you're worried that this is going to give away what is inside the box when it's going through the mail, the label is going to cover that. So this is just a note for myself. The next item I'm shipping out is this purse. It's a really cool cigar box purse. Now it's tricky because the handle doesn't fold down like floppy. So it's going to be a whole nother dimension that I have to keep in mind when I'm shipping this out. I've chosen this mailing box. It has adhesive on it already, luckily. The first thing I'll do is take some craft paper and pad the bottom. And even though my item is not fragile, like it's not breakable, I still am going to give it a little bubble wrap just to kind of pad it a little extra. Then I'll take some of my blue tissue paper and wrap it in that, just to make it look a little nicer. And then I will slide it into my box. Now, once it's in the box, I want to pad it a little bit more on top so that this isn't flopping around. And finally, I'll add my card. And there we have it. The next item, and one of the items I get asked about most frequently, is how I ship mugs. First, I'm going to show you my favorite way to ship a mug, and this is if it's a regular size mug versus a bigger size mug, because I have two different ways I ship. First thing I do is bubble wrap it. And then this is if it's a smaller or regular size mug. I'll use a standard 6x4x4. This is not the eBay one because the eBay one won't work for this trick. The standard 6x4x4 I get at Uline. I'll put my tissue paper in the box as before. Put the mug inside. And here I've got my box. And you may see that it does not close all the way. And that's okay for this method because I'm not shipping it just like this. I will take this padded flat rate envelope. Again, it's padded. This is from the United States Postal Service, and this is priority mail. And the rule with these is that if it fits, it ships. I'll take this box and put it inside the padded mailer. Once again, if it fits, it ships. Seal it up, and then I do tape down all of these flaps that kind of poke out. Now, my price for shipping this mug is the flat rate price on this padded mailer. Now I'm going to show you how to print off shipping labels. You'll come over to your orders and you'll see that there are the items that have sold, and right next to them there's a little blue link that says purchase shipping labels. I do mine one at a time. There is a way to bulk print your labels, but I do mine this way. I use a regular printer and I use the Avery shipping labels that have 2 on the page, and that's just the method that I use. That being said, with my printer and my shipping labels, probably the first couple of years, I just used regular paper and I taped my labels on. I hadn't started buying, peel off and stick on labels yet. So if you're still at that point and you're not wanting to go spend extra money on shipping labels, then that's totally fine to do it on regular white paper and just tape it on. So at this point, you get to adjust your shipping weight in case it's a little different or a little less than what you had predicted it to be. And my item for this butterfly, it's only about 1 ounce. And the package I have it going out in is about a 6x4x1 envelope. And then right down here, it will tell me what my price is for my shipping label and that I can purchase my shipping label. What I do at this point is I put the initials of the person that purchased it on the envelope or the package. So when I print off all of my labels, I can go grab them from my printer, which is in my homeschool room, and I can put them on the packages and I know which goes to which. Next, I'm going to show you how to schedule a pickup from the United States Postal Service to pick up your packages at your home. If you live close to a post office, you can go drop them off, but it's very convenient, especially if you have lots of packages, to have the postman come and pick them up from your house. When you come to the USPS site, you'll go to Quick Tools, come down to Schedule a Pickup, and then you'll enter in your address. Once that is done, you can check availability. You will let the postman know where your packages are, and I keep mine on the porch. And I have them pick up during regular delivery times. And then here it shows you what days they can come to pick it up. They won't come on Sundays or on holidays. So I want them to come tomorrow. And down here, you'll enter in how many different packages you've got and approximately how much everything weighs. If you're wanting to learn more about selling on eBay, I created this playlist for you right here. And YouTube thinks that this is a video that you will enjoy. And if you haven't yet, come over here and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content that helps you reach your goals. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.